why every DJ Pro user should own the Numark DJ2GO2 Touch. I'm DJ Spiegel Spin, and I'm going to show you why. So the main reason why every DJ Pro user should have this DJ controller is because it has a built-in sound card. So you could connect your speakers into here, and then you connect the controller into here, and then all the audio coming out of the iPad will be coming through here, and then it can connect to the speakers, and then you could also connect to your headphones. So if you wanted to connect headphones without using a controller, you would need a bunch of adapters. So you would need one adapter that goes from the iPad, and then it connects from USB-C into the audio, like if you were using headphones, and then you would need a splitter, and it just gets really complicated. You need all these type of adapters. So, and then the more adapters you have, the less the quality is, and the more chances of something going wrong, something cutting out, and that's something you never want when you're DJing. So with this controller, everything you need to connect it into your iPad could be stored in the case. So I'll leave a link below on some of these similar cases. So you put the controller in the case, and then in here you have all the wires that you need. So I would always keep one of these. And when you order this controller, it's going to come with a USB port like this. So one end is this one, and that goes into the controller, and then the other end is this. So when I first bought this and I brought it home and I was so excited, I went, oh damn, I can't plug this into my iPad without an adapter. So I had to go get an adapter. So what I got was, I got one of these. So this just goes on the edge of it. This one. So I got one of these. So this goes like that, and then it connects into the USB-C. But make sure that you get one that could charge. So this is how the setup's gonna go. USB-C, and then now you could connect this USB-C cable. You can connect this, and then you connect in from here right into your main output. Boom. And then you take the speakers and you connect your speakers right into your main. And then I always keep headphones in the case, earbuds, and then you can connect your headphones right into here. So if you look at Djay Pro right now, and you'll also see when you plug it in, the lights will turn on. And now this is using the power from your iPad. So if you want to do like a barbecue, or if there's a party at the park and you have a Bluetooth speaker that has battery life, then you could be DJing without having to be plugged into anything. But if you're doing this at a regular house party or somewhere where you could plug it in, then what you're going to do is you're going to want to connect this charger right here. Connect the charger. And then if you look at my screen, now it's charging. Now I can DJ for 10 hours and it doesn't matter because I'm plugged in. And then this is a full DJ setup. And then you may be thinking, that's pretty cool, but how am I going to DJ when there's only this amount of buttons? Well, it gives you the essential stuff that you need and that is easy to use tactically. So you got volume sliders on each. Instead of the traditional sliders that you're used to, up and down like this, they're knobs. So volume all the way up, volume all the way down. So you could adjust your mixes to that, maybe use the crossfader or do different style mixes. And then you have access to, over here, if you do pad mode, you could do sampler. And then whatever you have on the sampler will be playing through these buttons. So you could do sampler performances. And also with the update, the top is touch activated. So if we look at our jog wheel, scratch tool, and it's touch activated, and you could scratch, you could adjust the track, whatever you want to do. This is like the top of a regular traditional DJ controller, where if you touch it, it's scratch mode, and then the side is nudge. So you could speed up the track with the side, and then the top you could scratch. And I have a video teaching you guys how to do all the types of scratches with this. It's a really good controller for scratching, and it's a lot more fun than scratching with just the iPad, because you could get used to using the crossfader. And now another thing is, even though you don't have access to every feature in Djay Pro, when you have it set up, like if your setup is like this with your iPad, now you have the controller here, and you could use all these knobs and stuff that's included, and then everything else you could do on the iPad. So it's not just, remember, it's not just the buttons and knobs on this controller. You can also use the iPad, and then you have access to all the other stuff. So whatever is not included on here, you could do it on just the iPad. So yeah, DJing is possible to DJ great with just the iPad, but adding this, it gets rid of the adapter thing with the plugging in the headphones and stuff. It gets rid of you trying to do the crossfader with your finger. It gets rid of all that. And then it makes it much more fun to add songs using this middle button, going through the library like this, instead of going and then typing on your iPad, and then you feel like you're an accountant. I've had this controller for, I think, like 5 or 6 years, or maybe like 3, but it's a great controller. I bring it everywhere, and the fact that you could have your whole setup, all the wires and everything, right here. So you have a gig, and they already have speakers there. All you need is your iPad and then this case, and you're ready to go. And even if you have to bring your own speakers, then you have your iPad and you have the controller, and then you just have a bag or a box or whatever and bring your speakers like that. So you have everything you need with just this controller. And don't be worried that if you're doing a gig, somebody's paying you, it's a paid gig, that they're going to be like, oh, that's a tiny, small controller, because nobody else is going to care about the controller. They're going to care about the performance, and they're going to care if you're playing the right songs, and they're going to care that everything sounds great. So even with a controller just like this, you could do a very professional DJ set. So if you guys like learning about the newest controllers and how to use controllers in different ways and all the new stuff and all the stuff that's coming out in the future with Djay Pro, subscribe to this channel and give this video a like. I'm going to put links in the description for all the stuff I talked about, and thanks for watching.